It's going to be my full schedule, active duty Army. It's gonna be like an average Monday morning. It's gonna be like an average Monday of like the whole schedule from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. Stuff like pretty much like what I gotta do and how it is. I had touched on this a little bit in the other video, but this is gonna be like the actual like in detail like what I'm doing like each hour. You know what I'm saying? Because before I joined, I was like, yo, what do you like? What is the actual like schedule? Like I know it's like a 9 to 5, but it's really actually not like a 9 to 5. It's like a 05 to 5, which is gonna make more sense in a little bit.
Dreams in the rear view, closer than they seem. Chasing sunsets, painted gold on this stream. Clock can't spin it.
So first, wake up. Me personally, I wake up at 5:30 in the AM, and that is so I can go to the 6:30 PT formation. And if you don't know what a PT formation is, basically, so PT is physical training, and we got to do that in the morning as a group. And it's just like what it is, physical training. We get together, we like do the Army like stretches or whatever first, and then we like do all like warm-ups, and then once we warmed up and good, that's when you get into the training for that day. So Monday is usually like a cardio day. So yeah, but basically that's PT, and then the PT formation is what you do before PT. So you form up, and you know what a formation is, where you stand together and everything like this, and you salute or whatever. So basically we get into a formation at 6:30 for PT to do it together. You don't have to get up at 5:30 like I do. Like you can basically get up at whatever time you can to be at the 6:30, and you have to be there.
Like if you're on time, you're late.
So you have to be there like 6:15. But if you can get up at 06 and you can be there at 6:15, then hey, that's on you. But me personally, I gotta brush my teeth and sponge and put on lotion on the knees. So I get up at 5:30 just so like the motor can the motor can get going before, you know what I'm saying, before I start the day. Yeah, a lot of people be like, yo, you get up at 5:30? That's like early. Like I can never get up that early. Like it's not easy. I be struggling. Like this is actually live footage. This is a live example of me getting up at 5:30. So yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle. So yeah, 6:30 PT. Monday mornings it's gonna be a big PT formation. Like normally it's just with your company. On Monday mornings it's gonna be like a battalion or brigade, one of those. So it's gonna be like a bigger formation. They're gonna get accountability, which is make sure everybody's there, and then they're going to start ability group runs or AGRs, and that's basically you have A group, B group, and C group. And A group is for the fast runners, B group is for the medium runners, C group is for the slow runners. And basically you get to choose, so you're not slowing the whole formation down. You get to choose who you want to run with. They're going to run at a certain pace, so A group is going to obviously run the fastest, and C group is slowest, and they're just going to go the route. They're going to come back, and then that's PT. Because Monday is normally cardio, Tuesday is like strength and conditioning, Wednesday cardio, Thursday is gonna be like combat focus, so like ILTV, boots, and then Friday, if you're lucky, sports PT, which means you literally play sports, or sometimes it's another cardio day, or just something else random. All right, so yeah, that's PT, and that usually goes for an hour. So 6:30, and it ends at 7:30. 7:30, PT is over. And that's when I come back to here, to my barracks room, to do breakfast and hygiene. So I eat breakfast, and then I take a shower, obviously, because I just got done sweating and doing PT. A lot of times, this is when people go to the DFAC. I don't personally like go to the DFAC during this time, just because due to the line. Well, it's not always a line, but it can be some days. And if you like, you try to drive all the way to the DFAC, wait in line, and then drive back, and then shower, like you're about to end up being late, depending on how you time it. So I don't normally go to the DFAC. Usually I have something in the refrigerator, which y'all seen if y'all seen the room tour. I go in the refrigerator, either cereal, something. I cook up something in the room, I eat it while watching YouTube, and then hop in the shower. And I change out of the PTs, which is the black uniform with the gold army on it. That looks pretty tough. Into the daily, the OCPs, which is this right here that I'm in. So you have that hour and a half. Well, 7:30. Yeah, you have an hour and a half pretty much to do that. And then on Mondays, not the rest of the week, but on Mondays, that's when there's going to be a formation. There's another formation for the whole battalion or whatever. It's going to be another battalion formation in the motor pool instead of where you met for PT. So it's going to be 09, and like I said, if you're on time, you're late. So it's going to be 09, and then everybody pulls up there, and it's in the motor pool because Mondays are motor pool Mondays. So that's why I had the first formation right there. Everybody's going to be in the motor pool, and everybody's going to do motor pool Monday, which if you don't know what motor pool Monday is, just checking the vehicles, making sure they work, making sure it's like not flat tires, like no damage on it. And if it is, you go to mechanics, and that's when they start fixing it. That's like you write it down, and that's when they start fixing it. Most days of the week, that's just work call. Like you just go into work normally, but on Monday, it's motor pool formation at 09, and that's the start of your work. Is making sure that your vehicle that your section owns works. Yeah, motor pool formation. We just get into a formation in the motor pool, and then we start PMCS. And then what we've been doing lately is like they'll have the mechanics that give a class to the NCOs on like the trailers or the trucks or something specific like maintenance, and then NCOs are supposed to like go to the Joes and tell them like this is how you do this in case you run into this problem. PMCSing all the vehicles or making sure they work last usually until 10:30, 11, depending on how many vehicles your section has. Ours usually is like done at 10:45, 11 o'clock. Usually no new faults. Usually. Yeah, so we just make sure the vehicles are good, and then once we see they're good, we leave the motor pool. We go to the office. So like around 10:45, we go to the office and we start planning basically like what needs to be done during the week, what needs to be done, like what can we start working on during the day. And if like y'all see my other ones, like y'all know I'm a 25 uniform, so commo, I do like the radios, communications, all that. Basically we start seeing like what's broke commo wise and what needs to be fixed. If you're like new or whatever, you're gonna get instructions from your first line, or you're gonna get it from some sergeant. Some sergeant's gonna be there to tell you like what you're doing for the day. So yeah, and then we just work in the office now from 11 till 11:30. 11:30 till 1 p.m. or 11:30 till 13 is lunch. So you have an hour and a half lunch, which is clutch. 11:30, go to lunch, and you're free until 13. I come back to the room and I'm about to do two things from 11:30 to 1. First thing, I'm about to eat. And if I seen a room tour, y'all know what I might eat. Occasionally I'll go to a DFAC and get like a to-go plate if I got time. Usually I just come back to the room, warm something up, eat, and then 12 until like 12:40 is nap time, because I need that midday nap. If I don't take that midday nap during the rest of the afternoon, I'm gonna be like this. Okay, take a nap, and then I set a whole bunch of alarms like 12:40ish when I need to get up, because if you don't get up, then you're not gonna end up going back to work, and it's gonna look a little bit like this, but this. So yeah, anyways, 12:40ish, start heading back to the office, because at 1300 is when you're expected to be back there. Go back to the office. We start knocking out whatever needs to be knocked out, whatever work we need to do. Sometimes because of my MOS, sometimes I have to go back to the motor pool and actually like work on the vehicles, because you remember I do like communications and everything. There's all the radios in the vehicles, so sometimes I have to go back to the motor pool, which is a lot of back and forth on my vehicle, but they don't pay you extra for. Yeah, you go back, get it working as best you can, and then come back to the office and just do office work for the next few hours. So yeah, from 13 till 16:30, just pretty much doing office work. And then on a normal work during a normal day, 16:30, like we start getting ready to leave the office, like taking out trash and everything, and like sending the Joes home or whatever, because it's about time to get out of there. But on Monday, which is different from every day of the week, Monday 16:30 is another formation, a battalion one, in the motor pool again as closeout formation. It's called closeout formation because you just go there. They put out and I forgot to say this for the first one, the 09 is they put out information for the week that pertains to everybody. This closeout one at 16:30 or 4:30, it's just you go there, pull up formation again, and they're pretty much like, good job, have a good week. Unless like the vehicles, like it's always happens to, the vehicles aren't chalk blocked or drip pan, then you have to stay after that closeout and finish that before you can leave. But pretty much the closeout is supposed to be like the last one of the day, and you get to go home after that formation. Usually me, I go home, go home to barracks, go back here about 17:30 or 5:30 p.m. That's when I usually eat dinner. I'll usually go to the defect, which is food that's already coming out of my paycheck, so might as well either defect, or I cook up something, or I go get something. So yeah, 17:30 I eat dinner. 18:30 is usually like my little free time for the day that I do. Like I might like scroll TikTok, I might watch YouTube, or I do correspondence courses so I can hurry up and get this third stripe, which is, if y'all know what correspondence courses, it's like courses that'll give you points so you can go from corporal to sergeant. 19:30 is like I'll do something physical. Like let's say sometimes I run because Monday is like a run day. Let's say like we ran like 2 miles in the morning for PT. If I wanted to run 3 miles a day, I'll run like 1 mile at 19:30. Or if PT got canceled because of the rain, like at 19:30 I'll run like at least 2 miles, because like Monday I want to make sure I get my cardio in. So 19:30 I do something physical. I might go to the gym. Yeah. And 20:30, that's when I do like schoolwork. If I hadn't did my correspondence courses, I start working on those. And then 2100 is when I start getting ready for the day. 2100 I start preparing for the next day. So I start getting like my uniform like laid out and ready, my PT uniform laid out and ready. I start thinking about like what I need to do tomorrow, like what's going on tomorrow. Also, that's the time I shower. In 22 or 10 p.m, absolute free time, just like Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, until I fall asleep. So I just scroll or just watch those until I fall asleep, which is like around 23 to 23:40 sometimes. I just chill until I fall asleep. I have to wake up and do it again. But yeah, this is like the average, like that's like the average daily schedule. Monday day in the Army as active duty. Now this could change depending on your MOS. Like if you a cook, they got all type of different hours. They got to get up earlier, something sometimes earlier than 5:30 sometimes, because they have to be open when we start going to breakfast or whatever. Also, depending on MOS, depending on the rank or whatever, depending on the unit, you could not even have to do PT. You could just have to get up and go to work at 9 and have even more free time. Average, like most likely the one that you're gonna get if you come in. But if you want to see more of like this right here that I mentioned, my crib or barracks rooms, then you can check that out in this video right here that I made. Other than that, I'll holler at y'all.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.